but no one came. The fucking lie, it's crumbling fast. The saints are rotting, the shadows cast. Rivers of blood drag a holy ground, while I rise above where it death's thorny crown. Out to me, I'm the end you seek. Fuck your faith, it's broken and weak. I am the storm, the truth you'll receive. No more lies, I'm the God you believe. Your temples burn, your idols break. All your beliefs, I'll fucking take. The earth splits open, swallows your greed. Your holy words, nothing but greed. Angels fall dead with something red. Your gods forsaken, left you for dead. No more mercy, no goddamn light. I am the darkness, I own the night. Bow to me, I'm the end you seek. Fuck your faith, it's broken and weak. I am the storm, the truth you'll receive. No more lies, I'm the God you believe. Alone, our bones of kings, the hollow crowns, the worthless things. Your gods are gone, their voice is still. I take the throne, back to my will. Above the night, where shadows creep. Your blood is mine, your soul I'll keep. No prayer for me, no sacred song. I am the God you sought for so long. Lies. Rise from the ashes of me. Your gods are dead in the fire they laid. No more saviors, no more lies. I am your God, watch your fate die. Die. Now to me, I'm the end you seek. Fuck your faith, it's broken and weak. I am the storm, the truth you'll receive. No more lies, I'm the God you believe. Women are property. When the bitch gets sloppity, it's pure monstrosity. Tactical as fuck, no room for equality. Just knives, chaos, and hateful ferocity. Misogynistic, sadistic, nihilistic, not limp-wristed. She gets fisted, chauvinistic. Go fuck yourself, you little bitch shit. If you think I'm being mean, you can't deal with the obscene. Grow a pair and get a life, while I put 13 inches into your wife. Women are property. When the bitch gets sloppity, it's pure monstrosity. Tactical as fuck, no room for equality. Just knives, chaos, and hateful ferocity. is a wound that I'm lost within. I know you're poison, but I drink you down. I'm sinking deeper every time you come around. You're the fire I feel, the ghost in my bed. I keep coming back when I should be dead. You pull me closer, I lose all control. The pain's the only comfort I've ever known. Your message like honey on my tongue. Your kiss is a knife that gives me numb. I know I'm dancing in the flames, but I'd rather burn than feel this pain. You're out, but I keep falling back. Every scar's a reminder of what I lack. You're the news that I hate from the cage of hell. Trapped in your darkness, drowning in blood you smack.
I think we're live. I'm pretty sure. Am I live?
We aren't on YouTube. There we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We're
It's
live.
at there at 0. It's at there at 0 for like 5-10 seconds.
Well, yeah, that's because I left it there at 0. See, I'm a man of culture.
Just because you're growing something doesn't mean you're cultured. It just means you're growing a culture.
I'm cultured. I am cultured. I am made of bacteria. You are also made of bacteria. We're both cultured.
We are both just an amalgamation of random bacteria.
Yes. Yes.
We are Legion.
I am Spartacus. Spartacus is what I named my penis.
I just noticed that you didn't change the fucking what the stream is about, so it still says Doom, Pokemon, and public schools in Buffalo.
I'm sure we'll talk about all of those things, Dimi. I'm sure we will. I did title this Last Minute Live Stream, so if people cannot fucking put those two things together and then jump, there are times where it is okay to jump to a conclusion. This would be one of those times. I didn't know we were gonna live stream. You messaged me and I was like, fuck.
I did message you at like 6 o'clock going like, hey, should we do a thing? And then I got a text message at like, what was that? Like 8:40 going, oh shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
8:30.
Yeah. So by the way, as to your time travel question, Dimi and I were discussing it behind the timer, as it were. We both agree with the same time. Though I did have a couple stipulations.
I talked him into it.
Yeah. So we're going to the dawn of civilization and mankind.
Yeah, we're both going to ancient Sumer.
Yep.
I don't know if we're going to go with the city that Gilgamesh primarily resided in, or if we're going to go any of the other cities. You didn't say where we were going.
Yeah.
Like specifically, I'm just going, I want to be within the Empire of Sumer. Because I'm so fucking autistic that I can lead you from mining the materials, how to find the materials, how to refine the materials, how to alloy the materials. I was a blacksmith for a while. And then also, mechanics and all of that I'm really into. We're going to be in the Iron Age with electricity and steam engines by the time I'm 50. And Tack, what was your stipulation?
So my stipulation was that not only, as Dimi said, will we be creating the AR-15 just to spite the liberal fucking cuckolds that happen to exist. No, but also cave drawings that say AR-15, the different varying calibers, and also will say Armalite, Colt, right? It will also say Bushmaster, right? Like it will specify.
This is just going to look like a Sears catalog.
Yeah. I want it so they can never say, they didn't think that these weapons would exist. Yes, we did. Fuck you.
Just Sanskrit on the wall, like.
Just Sanskrit of me having sex with a 50. and it
I was
says
like-
Barrett, and then they worship a mighty snake god named Barrett.
It's like I read him in the question because he didn't want to scroll up in general, which fair.
Yeah.
And he's like the right before the revolution, you know, right before our American Revolution.
I want it, yeah, Constitution. I wanted to modify
wanted to
it so
affect
that
the
it's
Constitution.
retard proof.
To which I replied, you know, we could just do that at the cradle of civilization and write the Constitution there, right? So everyone that comes after us has to have that as the basis instead of basing our Constitution on the failed ones
Also,
beforehand.
there is another
Just get it
point.
right the first time.
There's another point that we both completely ignored here. We also could influence all future events, including the creation of the French.
We can make them good again. Because
We
they
can
were
stop
good in the
them
beginning.
from existing.
The thing is, like, the pre Catholic overrun of France was actually France wasn't bad. They were better than the
No.
English by a lot.
But yes. But the language should not exist.
Oh yeah,
period.
the entire language of French. Yes, we can just get rid of that.
Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. You now speak Swedish. Everybody will speak Swedish.
Damn it, it's like the one language I don't know.
So Dimi's just sitting there
Wait.
like, I don't understand the people around me. Why are they all yelling?
I'm gonna start using fucking Greek.
No,
That's
you know what?
fine.
Everybody has to Pig Latin.
Pig Latin,
Pig Latin is
really bad.
the unified codex of society is written in Pig Latin.
I'm just imagining it's like, no, you all have to use Pidgin, which for those of you that don't know what Pidgin was, it was this weird amalgamation language of like all the languages of Central Europe, where they were trying to make a unified trade language, and it's just awful.
What's that?
Like no one
clicking-
ever actually tried to use it.
What's the clicking language in Africa? I want the universal language to be that.
A hollow.
Is that what it's called?
That's one of them that does it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want whatever that one is, the one that's like, you know, like that shit, you know, like you like just guttural sounds and like clicking. That. Yeah.
They're just doing that. Nothing ever
Yeah,
makes any sense.
Nothing. And I want there no consonants, only vowels. These are we are gonna be horrible gods.
So the opposite of the original fucking Swedish?
Yes. No, but also hear me out. There will be zero verbs. Only adjectives.
It's gonna be the most confusing language on earth.
I want people to have to describe things constantly. I want them to sit there and have to be red wander. I just want like red hot.
Yeah.
Red hot. It's like, the sun. He's talking about this. You used a noun. Anyway.
Red is also a noun.
No. Red is an adjective. You could use it as an adjective.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like kangaroo. Like Uruk would be fine. Like the thing is, if you read Gilgamesh and even like the lost stories that we think are part of Gilgamesh, but it doesn't specifically say Gilgamesh or any of his companions, but it's the same fucking like stories.
Mm-hmm.
He would be on board with all of this, and I think he would enjoy 556.
Yes. We could also eliminate communism before communism becomes a thing.
I mean, communism didn't become a thing until this drunk, over entitled piece of shit, soy boy, decided he no longer wanted to work and got tired of getting told to go to work. So he went, no, I'm gonna make my own thing without blackjack and no hookers.
Sounds.
And then
that's
everyone made
not a
fun
way
of
to
him.
live. It's just not a way to live.
Literally lived in basically his parents' basement.
And lived off of people that, you know,
The
actually contributed to
welfare of his
society.
brother and his friends.
Yeah.
Which his friends literally just used him because other people were donating to his
Somebody
cause,
should
which he
have-
wasn't doing anything.
There are 3 people in history that I believe should have been lit on fire. Okay. 3 specific. Now, this isn't to say that there aren't others who deserve far worse or far better, but 3 people specifically that should have been lit on fire. Karl Marx is one of them. FDR is another.
Yeah.
Stupid wheelchair fucking asshole. Anyway, hi guys.
There's a few things, like my brain just went down like ancient history because that's what we're talking about. And there's a few people just like, yeah, I could light them on fire. That would be great.
Yeah. It's just like, nah, they don't get to be.
And then there's a few of
anymore.
them where I went like, I should really stop them from being set on fire.
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah. There are a couple of those that it's like, well, bring a fire extinguisher. You know?
Like Jacques de Molay, like the Templars were technically correct.
Yes.
As in, they were owed money and they were keeping everything, like, I'm not saying they were great. They were keeping the people generally safe from the people that went to banditry because of the overtaxation from the churches. The churches were then pulling money from the
as well
Templars
as
because
the
they had
kings.
no
Yeah,
money.
the kings who, yep.
And all the kings that were also borrowing money, and all of them owed the Templars money. Weird.
Yep. Well, they were also
but they were
hyper-capitalists
heretics
too, and they were heretics because they were, you know, wealthy and not stupid with their cash.
And were generally decent with the areas that they controlled. And
no, Kangaroo, we're not doing it when he's a baby. I want him to know why.
Oh, there is calling me.
Who's calling you? Dimi is having a phone call. Let us guess what he is saying in the chat, everybody. I'm going to guess that Dimi is currently talking about how he really wants a muffin. Not any muffin, a blueberry muffin. And the reason he wants a blueberry muffin is so then he can take said muffin, rub it on his nipples, and then he can run around town screaming about how he smells like a baked good whilst he's getting off. That's my thought. What are your thoughts? Tell me in the chat below. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening while Dimi, the nipple baked good, is on the phone. And here he comes back with a
No, I'd ask Dad, like,
blueberry muffins.
I want blueberry muffins. No, I'd asked Dad yesterday, like, hey, do you want to go to the store with me? Because there's a couple of things that I forgot to grab. And I was like, hey, I know you want to go look at things. He's genuinely better at finding like decent meat prices, shit like that, because his brain just works that way.
Alright.
Whatever. And it's just like, okay, cool. We need a few more things from the grocery. I just hadn't heard anything from all day about going to the grocery. And of course, Walmart closes at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
He just called me and goes like, hey, you ready to go? I was like, no, man, like we're actually on stream and such. Like,
Yeah.
where have you been?
You know where he's been? I'm sorry. He's been in my backyard.
He's been working all day. Like, he legitimately has been doing shit.
I've been making him build garden beds out of heat-treated cedar.
That sounds sexy.
You know, just kiln cedar. Yeah, he's been making some 6x8s. You know.
6x8.
6x8 garden beds. Some raised garden beds. Nice little fucking path between them. Fucking pouring some stones there.
You gotta show me pictures.
Oh, yeah, I will. They're sexy.
Do it.
I fucking will. By the way, Twisted, thank you for making an X. I hope you enjoy your time there. It's a horrible place, and by horrible, I mean just read my fucking posts.
Lawless.
And you are going to be like, why do I follow this man? It's not drugs, I promise you. Also,
are you sure?
Kangaroo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Also, Kangaroo believes that you were speaking about bad dragons up your bottom, I believe.
I mean, I can bring the bag over, like it's sitting right here.
No, that's not on stream. What's up, Montana? How are you? Talking about rubbing oil on his ass and deep frying it. Wait, what kind of oil?
Lavender. It'll smell amazing.
I don't like, so lavender is like one of those scents that's like, I don't mind it at first, and then I get real tired of it real quick.
It needs to be mixed with something else and be like the subtle hint of lavender mixed with other shit.
Scimitar, you're talking to Demi and I, who also believe that Lincoln was the tyrant.
Yeah.
A complete tyrant. That might be one of the other people.
Almost every one of his good ideas that he had was
his
stolen from everyone around him.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. He was a great like pre-presidency. He was a damn good leader for what he was. He was a great lawyer. Once he went into presidency,
Fantastic
I think
wrestler.
the power went to his. Yeah, I think the power went to his head. Because almost everything that he did was essentially to keep his presidency, and that was fucking it.
No.
Like he was trying to put in place things to give him more power.
I, however, would never do such things as President Tactical. I would never.
Didn't you have an entire stream about how you were going to turn it into a dictatorship?
Emperor, not a dictator. I would be emperor, God emperor. Thank you. Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's just an elaborate way of saying a tyrant dictator.
No. No, I would be benevolent like a god.
A penis potato.
Wait, what about a potato?
A penis potato.
Wait, who's got a penis potato? What is this penis potato?
Oh, you know, them dictators.
No, fuck you. Also, Lomback says YouTube blows. Sometimes it does. It does. Yeah. Garlic basil oil.
Garlic basil oil.
It probably smell pretty good, right?
It would. It would.
It smell pretty. Basil smells really good, man. Like, that's why I like pesto, you know? Just the
Basil smells
smell.
really good, but I don't think it gives enough of a flavor for people to add fucking handfuls of it to the food.
Depends on what you're doing with it. Like once again, like basil. It can't be basil by itself. It has to be like basil parm.
So like mixing it and having it being like almost an aromatic that helps with the flavor, fine with that. Like there's so many Italian dishes, especially at restaurants, where it's just like, so we're just gonna throw a handful of fucking basil in this. And I go, why? Because if you put in too much basil, it doesn't enhance the flavor. It then takes away flavor. Because it's more of an arrow.
Basil contribute or take away flavor? Yes.
Because I think it's more of an aromatic. Like personally, I think it's more of an aromatic herb that helps the flavor minorly.
This is from the cat being the cat.
Yeah.
You may take it. Dimi says hello.
Yeah.
Speaking of the cat, you're letting them up here. This is something you shan't do. Yes, I built it finally. Yeah, see? Look upon it. I did it. Ha ha! I shall
Throwing
flail
shit.
your nipples in the morn.
Flail them in the morning. Who wants flailed nipples in the morning?
I don't know.
That's
Sounds like a
just,
good
that
idea.
seems like a nighttime. It seems like a nighttime activity, not a morning activity.
I don't know, man. Don't tell me how to live my life. Love you.
Like something about me just goes like, I don't want to be kinky if I've just woken up.
I don't mind it, man. I'm just like, hey, dude, that's the perfect time.
Like, there's a difference between lean over and like bite your tit and walk away. You know, like that's not even really kinky. That's just, you know, playing around. I'm not breaking out like toys if I've just woken up. I'm not gonna go and like, all right, I've got to open the chest to pull out the flail now, and I've wipe the fucking snot out of my eye.
By the way, Nighthawk says that she also gets tired of it. Lavender, I'm assuming. But yes, lavender. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that like they need to be used sparingly, and people use them way too fucking much, especially in like restaurants or like, let's just go generally like outside of home. So like lavender gets overused in so many fucking things scent wise, and it's like another one that's just like cinnamon, like the apple cinnamon shit. Like it's supposed to be light and, you know, like almost like an apple pie in the house type thing, and not like somebody has punched you in the face with an apple pie and you're trying to dig it out of your nostrils.
I don't want to be fucked by a cinnamon stick. Like that's not what this is about. If I wanted that, I would take a cinnamon stick and shove it up my nostrils.
Or those like vanilla sugar cookie candles that almost every stoner has in their house to try to get rid of the smell of weed.
I don't go to many stoners. Okay, so to be fair, like
a lot of my friends growing up were stoners, and they would always have, it was like this off-brand fucking vanilla sugar cookie scent candle, and like it works really good at getting rid of the scent of weed in the house. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But like it by itself, is the most overpowered, like makes me want to burn down a bakery smell. Because it's like, oh no, it smells exactly what it
like,
says it smells like,
but it's just way too much.
but
of
it's
it.
like somebody is shoving it into your fucking nostril, and it's just why? Who needs a scent that is that heavy? Because it's not like I'm sitting here shoving it in my nose and going, oh, this smells too heavy. No, you're gonna get too large of a whiff if you're just shoving the entire candle or what have you. But it's when I've just lit this and I'm 3 rooms away, and it smells like I'm still shoving in my nose in the candle.
See, that's how I feel like whenever, what's that, Bath and Body Works. Even like walking past that store gives me a migraine.
Walking past like any fucking makeup store that does perfume, and you're just like, who wears any of this and why?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. By the way, we have a Grim here. How you doing, Grim? Hope you're doing fantastic. But no, the stoners that I know, all of them had this it was like a spray that people would like normally have for their cars, and it was like for smokers specifically. And it was like an odor neutralizer, so it didn't smell really too much like anything. It just kind of
the smart stoners that I knew basically use Febreze, because Febreze actually works.
Febreze ain't bad. There's nothing wrong with Febreze.
And there is an unscented version of Febreze they say they use for like pet odor. And like that's just traditional Febreze, because original Febreze had no scent with it, and they would use shit like that, and like you wouldn't smell that anything was in the house, like foot odor, smoking smells, like trash in the other room, etc. Like they were generally like took care of shit around their house.
So Kangaroo says green apple, sandalwood, and dragon's blood are the only 3 scents that they can tolerate. Dragon's blood I can't, because it reminds me of Hot Topic and stoners again. Yeah, because it's always the incense
it's kind of like patchouli. Like patchouli in a very small amount actually is a decent scent.
Yeah, fine. But
it has been used by people in New Jersey too much.
it smells literally like the shore. That's just the shore, and like 90% of their high schools.
What is this? It's Woodwick brand, which I actually decently like them. Hilarious. There's a melted spider inside of this, where I just keep it in my windowsill. Fireside, redwood, and sandalwood clove, and like I
mean, nothing wrong with that.
It's a decent like just you can.
It's
one of those like quote unquote masculine scents, and it just helps make the room not smell like dirty socks.
I know that I think it was Scimitar had said that like pine. I love the smell of actual pine oil. So like I have that.
There's a spider that got in this.
Fucking neat. But anyway, everybody.
But yeah, this has got like that pine, like that's what the fireside is.
Yeah.
It's got this slight pine, and it's just a little bit of smoke, a little bit of char. Like there's this company that my buddy got me onto, and because it's a small like family run thing, their candles are almost always fucking sold out, which bothers me.
Matthew Gordon says they haven't heard Hot Topic in a while. There's a reason for that. It's dead. It's not the same.
It's because you're older than fucking 22.
You know what? I just had to talk to my wonderful wife today about the fact that people that were born in the year that she graduated are now 18.
There's a kid that I used to tutor, like when he was in elementary school, that I just got told tomorrow is turning 16.
There was a kid that I taught, and he was like super autistic and like spectrum-y, right? And he is now graduated from college for 6 years, and I believe he's married and a homeowner. And that's really fucking weird. Yeah, I don't like it, man. I don't like it.
I don't like it at all.
By the way, Grim apparently has not necessarily good news, big news.
I got big news.
Yeah. Also, SM says that they heard furries like biblical stuff like frankincense and myrrh. I wouldn't know. I don't believe in furries.
They don't exist.
Yeah, they're not real.
They're not real.
Nope.
It's all a conspiracy.
It was literally created by Sega to sell more Sonic games.
People that are into Sonic and the Sonic franchise, like sexually, are not furries. They're like this weird offshoot.
Anthro something.
No. Trust me. I'm just far enough into like anthros that I would fuck like Lola Rabbit, but I'm not a furry. You can never get me to wear the suit. I don't have a fursona.
I don't believe in furries. I'm sorry. I just don't. Also, we have
The quality.
Twisted says, my son just turned 18 and is autistic. My daughter is 14 and today told me that there is a particular girl that goes to her school who she says is the second girl that she hates the most. Meaning that there is somebody that she hates more than this person. And that person...
She has a list.
She has a list. And not only that, this person has apparently been boinking quite a few people's boyfriends. Yeah, nice little reminder that my daughter, hangs around with a bunch of, other teenagers.
Degenerates.
Well, no. She hangs out with the nice kids, which is really funny. This is a girl that she hates. My daughter has no respect for whores, which is really funny because why does she respect me? Anyway, so
you haven't told her.
That is true. She doesn't know yet. When she's like 30, I'm gonna be like, by the way,
Daddy was a slut.
Your dad has a history, kid. Just so you know, anyone brings it up. But that being said,
that's what she's like. I know. I've known for years.
That'd be horrible. But this girl who has apparently been boinking other people's boyfriends, I said, oh, she sounds like a fantastic person. She says she says she's my number 2 most hated in the school. And then I said, well, what are the reasons for that? So she explained like a multitude of reasons. This person is a total bitch. But also one of my daughter's really good friends is in one of the electives with this particular girl. And the elective is a sports elective, which means that they have to wear their, uniforms for sports. And while they're doing the stretches, I'm going to literally use the verbiage my daughter used today with me. Her friend says she can smell her nunu from across the room and it smells like rotting cheese.
So what you're saying is penicillin's needed.
Probably. Yeah.
And this is what happens, circa 1946 to the American soldiers in France.
You ever see
like 47.
Every single person in Nam. every single person in Nam. Man, woman, doesn't matter.
Like pornos from the 1960s where even the camera guy needs to get tested.
Oh, fuck. My daughter's done with school, by the way. So that's cool.
Oh?
Yep. Today was the last day. Because she doesn't want to do any of the... Next week is all like the actual like graduation shit. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, there's no fucking point. Which I understand.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I think this week is the last week for kids in my hometown.
Okay, yeah. So coming up. Wait.
Yeah, I was talking to...
A list isn't concerning at all. It's not. It's not. Not with her.
She's autistic. She has to have it.
She's autistic. It's literally for organizing. It's mental. It's not I'm writing things down. It's mental. She keeps
It's an Excel sheet that's in code that only she knows.
Yes. It is also in Pig Latin. Only Pig Latin.
Way too easy to break.
With only adjectives.
Only adjectives. We're only using adverbs here.
We're bringing it back. Yeah, you have to decipher it using algebra.
You have to decipher it. Everything here is actually nouns that we've turned into verbs.
Yep.
We're velociraptoring across the room.
Purple. All of them.
You ever tried to rhyme with purple?
Yeah, You ever tried to rhyme with purple? Orange doesn't rhyme with purple, people, okay? Why are we like this? This is this is a random live
Apparently
stream.
Mansion in Wisconsin do.
Wisconsin? Plot twist, my daughter doesn't respect me. I mean, maybe.
I mean, she does call him daily.
Yeah, no, I talk to her every day, and then, you know, whenever I see her, like, you know, we have a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my kid, like, opens up to me about shit that she doesn't tell her mom because she knows her mom's gonna get real judgy. I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's okay to feel like that. It's perfectly fine to want to punch somebody in the throat. It's totally
Is it
natural
because you
feeling.
actively said you want to kill people while driving home?
No, it's not because of... No, I'm really good about that, okay?
Driving home, see someone with a New York license
I tell her
plate.
earmuffs when I say bad things.
Earmuffs, honey.
Dude, my
Reaches in the
daughter
glove box.
still refuses to cuss, which is the funniest thing on earth for anybody who doesn't know. A 14-year-old who's playing video games and raging on video games and not cussing is one of the funniest things you will ever hear, ever.
Who also dresses and acts like Wednesday Addams, according to you.
Yeah, she does. Although she's gone like a PJ kick lately. She's just been wearing PJs.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean,
they're
just
comfy.
whatever, teenager. Yeah, my kid's awesome. Why are we like this? I was not in the short bus. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, you were, but for different reasons.
I was not. I didn't take a bus to school. I took a limo,
Oh,
sir.
I was more going with like you used it as a location that no one else is at.
What?
Stop fucking Miss Shauna in the short bus.
No, I didn't. I banged her on the tennis court, sir. Thank you very much, okay? There are specific places I would go. That was one of them. The other place was behind the lake. This should not be on the internet, but I put it out there multiple times. Call me. Just like for dinner or something, and just be funny.
Mostly we're just curious to see what's happened. Are you still alive?
Yeah. Are you in prison?
How was that failing marriage?
How's Brookie? Is she still working with you? Do you still teach math? Are you still into anal?
You were certainly teaching multiplying when we were around.
Is tennis still your favorite sport? Do you want to play with my racket? Anyway, so. Ah, wow.
Acts the short bus driver.
Like
Yeah.
I'd fit in the
It's
damn
like
thing.
No. Short buses are still just like sized like a regular bus inside. You're fine.
I don't know. I've never been in one. Never in a bus, dude.
Is it time
white.
the wall yet, Timmy? I mean, like, you can, but I don't think we got nearly enough boys here to do that.
A what?
He's making a Warhammer reference.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, I thought he was making a Waluigi masturbating reference.
Oh, talking about schools and shit. And look back down at public
Yep.
schools in Buffalo.
Yep. Talk about it.
Unsub just released like a couple hours ago. Their new update for everything going on in Buffalo.
Yes, I didn't get to watch it, but I do know
my
that Nick's binder has apparently gone.
It went from like this thick to like this thick.
Apparently, from what I've seen, he is also taking them to task and destroying them, and they are continuing to try and cover their ass. But
Well, I
I'm
believe it was
going based
Channel
on X.
2 News. You remember last stream where I was like, yeah, he said he was, you know, looking at suing the news channel, Channel 2.
Yeah.
So he straight up gave them an ultimatum of either like within 48 hours of that going live, so on YouTube. So like in 3 or 4 days, they either put out an article that straight up is them apologizing for everything they've ever done to Richard Hyde, or he releases everything that he's had put together on them, and he's already been talking to lawyers in New York, and they are about to owe Rich millions of dollars.
Well, I actually caught that clip where he was like, oh, so you mean like when they did this. And the countless people that I see fucking commenting things that are literally baseless nonsense that they've fucking put out there. You mean so that kind of reputational damage?
This man, mostly out of spite and boredom because he fucked up his arm again, has built an entire legal case against not only a news station, but almost every piece of the fucking Buffalo public school system. And has found like everything from the 60s up that is incriminatory against them. And has helped multiple police investigations going like, I found this, I found this, I found this, I found this.
His Google foo is like the most insane that I've ever seen. I really want to interview him just to like, I want to interview him and just be like, hey, give us a rundown on how you use Google.
Yeah,
can you like give just a rundown real quick of like, what do you type in? Like, give me like a what for of this fucking process.
Yeah, like, because your Google foo is so strong. Like, I know it starts out with like a Wikipedia article and then it just rabbit holes, except for it's a very specific rabbit hole. Yeah. Like, especially for like his military stuff, because like he's explained it a few times where it's like, he's so used to doing stuff for military people, especially from World War II and previous. So like there's almost no information and you're going off of like random journal entries and like news articles and things like stuff that's really hard to just find. And he's having to go like really in-depth searching. And he legitimately said like, you have no idea. I went from working on expert mode to easy mode for this because almost everything is in public information and there's 100 different sources for it.
Yeah. No,
so like everything he's doing is just like most of this was an afternoon.
See, but that's the thing is like, but it still requires you like knowing kind of which rabbit hole to go down, right? Because like,
oh yeah,
like he'll be presented with 1,000 of them and he will go down just like the right 5 and it's insane. I just need to know his process.
There's a very good possibility he's one of those like he goes down all of them.
That's actually entirely possible.
And he's just really good at skimming through and going like, this is the good information, this is the bad information.
No, 100%. You get a 100%. No,
because he's shown like his journals because he like hand takes notes when he does everything.
Yeah, which actually I respect. Also, highly recommend everybody do hand taking notes because if you type them, you actually forget them easier. So if you do handwrite, it's like
your brain is actually attaching the motion. It's attaching the motion to what you're actually writing. So your brain goes, I made this motion earlier. What was I doing?
Yeah.
Whereas typing, it's too unanimous.
Yeah, because it could be anything that you're typing.
Yeah.
There's no muscle memory. There's no anything. It's a weird little fact. Take handwritten notes. I have a notebook. Yeah. So.
Well, it's like I've got 2 of them and I use them for D&D.
I've seen them. Yeah. I've shown you my notebooks for like just like script outlines and shit. And I'm just like, hey, that's what we're doing.
And it's like before
Nick and HLC. Yeah, no, I've seen those clips too of them talking about it, which is hilarious as well.
Yeah.
All on TikTok.
Well, it's like this entire episode, and I think this is one of those like you would enjoy actually watching just the entirety of it because it's entirely about what's going on with the school system. Like that's all this episode is.
Of unsub or of kind of consensual?
Unsub.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I just haven't had fucking time, dude. Like today was one of the first days I've had. Yeah, and also today was one of the first days because my wife didn't have work today. So my wife and I went to an Amish farmer's market, and that was cool.
I feel the Amish fit into this.
Yeah, dude, I love the Amish, man. I really do. First off, great food, great gardener. They're just nice people. A lot of people, I feel like,
you're generally nice to them, like they are generally nice back.
That's the thing. A lot of people have this misconception that they're like overtly strict. To the point of like they're not going to talk to you. No, they will happily show you everything that they do. They're super stoked on it, actually. Because
you're taking information there because they're wanting you to learn more of their style,
their ways, and also there's a huge amount of just knowledge that they have regarding building and growing things that they do like to share. So anyway, so we went to the Amish. We were looking at they have trellises for like the garden and stuff that they built, and they were like gorgeous.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, do we want to go that route where we buy someone's, or do we just make our own? We're opting to make our own, but still, we're going back tomorrow because tomorrow they're having their Amish donuts.
Ooh,
oh yeah,
so good.
So fucking good, man.
Are they like the actual donuts, or are they like the fucking?
No, the actual donuts.
balls?
No, they're like that. They're like this big. They're huge and they're unbelievable.
I was taught a few years ago how to make what are also called Amish donuts, but they're literally just like the balls of like fried dough, and like, dear God, they're delicious.
Yeah, it's just the donut hole, which they also do as well. But yeah, no, oh God, tomorrow's gonna be aces. But yeah, so today was like that, and then watching just anime and eating and like hanging out with my wife, which was nice.
That sounds amazing.
It was a really good day, man. That's also, as I said, like you messaged me and I was like, oh shit, this was from 3 hours ago. Fuck. My bad.
Like I said, I was walking out of PT and I was like, oh yeah, I should probably text him and see like, are we doing something today?
Yeah. So Kangaroo says that, I don't know if it counts, but I have a giant A4 notepad that used to write notes and back and forth while playing Europa Universalis 4. It's a video game, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those where it just takes, it's a strategy game where it's mostly just Europe. Akin to like fucking Hearts of Iron and shit like that.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, that counts for that specific thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
but it's like, especially for things I need to know, and like, so like when I do anything where I'm writing down notes for books, like especially if I'm the one writing the book, I'm sitting there taking notes. So like before the house fire, I had like 5 or 6 really good notebooks that I would keep next to my desk that I'm just going through and taking notes with. Now, to be fair, most of those things also then get translated over into a Word document of some form, just so I don't lose it.
I have
and I wasn't even thinking house fire of that.
So,
I was like, occasionally, like, I'll just lose a notebook. I'm ADHD as fuck. It's one of those where it's like, I tried to take notes of everything that's like fun. Like, I need this, I need this, I need this. If it's a random note that makes no fucking sense, my brain was just like, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I need to go smexy goblin. Like, that's not an important thing.
Well, I know a lot of people that have like dream journals that they keep like in their night bed like that, you know, where they will.
The thing is, like normally it will stay with me long enough that I like go to take a shower, and in the shower it's like I think out what the fuck I was going through, and then when I get out of the shower I'll write down whatever it is, because now it's a complete thought and not just the most confusing fucking.
I don't believe that
non-elaborative
from it. Like, what's there to gain from me hyperfixating? Like, because like everybody I know who keeps a dream journal are also the type of people that believe that because they're a Capricussy that they're getting their fucking like cheeks clapped by a fucking Virgo on like whatever because their fucking penis is rising
on the dawn of Saturn.
Yeah, it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's always like crystal bitches.
Yeah. I'm not a dream journal person. You wake up and you have something where it's just like, this is an idea. That's where I'm just like, I give myself the time of like, every morning it's like I go take a shower.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go take a shower, and through the shower, and I'm gonna say some of the best ideas I've had in my life were shower ideas, or like shower thought out.
Like,
is it just your brain seems to fucking focus better there?
It just kind of,
and I'm just sitting there going like, the idea, and then as I'm right after I dry off, it's like, all right, notes in my fucking phone. All right, here's my full idea. Here's the thought out.
That I understand, but like the people that like they focus on, like, oh, I had this dream, and it's like.
Outside of people that have something medical going on, like PTSD and shit like that, where like the dreams and what you wake up with could legitimately help you fucking heal.
Yeah,
I don't think this is a necessary thing.
Yeah, just like civil rights.
That's right. If you're a civilian, you just already have rights, and you either accept that you have them, or you live by the power of those that say that you don't.
No. I'm actually, I'm with Charlie Kirk on this. I say that we repeal all, the entire Civil Rights Act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
It literally
shouldn't be
it inserts
fair.
racism into all of America. That's literally what it
Much
does.
like what most Democrats say, when they go like, "But they can't get IDs," and you go, "Why?"
Yep. It inserts racism through affirmative action, through DEI, through all of that, because it is far too broad in its wording. All it should have been, and I agree with Charlie Kirk on this, is a one-page bill that says you cannot judge a person for anything based on the color of their skin.
Like just
on
to
an
take
immutable
a page
trait.
out of, like MLK Jr. like fucking take a page out of his book. Just say judge a person by their character, not by their skin.
No, keep it as a man.
You know what I mean? Keep it as a man.
Hippity hoppity Dimi.
Something 14th.
19th repeal. Well, God, sorry, Tourette's. Imagine if your Tourette's was just 100% just like racial slurs and like yelling sexist things at women. Sounds like an awesome disease to have. You could get away with so much.
Isn't that just called being over 60 years of age and in
It's
politics?
just wearing a Burger King crown on a flight.
Isn't that just called being Paula Dean?
Hey, you know what? She loves butter, honey. All right, so I give her the pass.
Yeah, to be fair, like everyone that actually knows gives her the pass and just goes, no. She makes food better than we do.
Well, it's kind of like the whole Papa John's fiasco because like everybody says like, oh, he said the N-word, right? And it was within context of him actually quoting other people in the company as a negative. So he was like, no, like I heard this guy say this and fuck that asshole. And it's like, and he got fired and it's like, oh, they're trying to oust me. Gotcha. Yeah. Next thing you know, you're flying. Next thing I know, I'm 5'10" and my name is Donut.
That's right. Simp for the manlet king.
The king of the manlets. I still love the picture of Trout getting executed today. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Love that.
Fuck you too, Texas.
So funny, man. He's such a weird dude, but God, do I love him.
I sent you the picture yesterday that is from his the stories where it's just like him. He literally is in the middle of like drywalling and spackling a wall, and he just takes some spack on his fingers and just does the lines in his face and goes, "I am mud man, mud, man, mud." That's just the entire story on Instagram. Which then went next to him going like, apparently there are different names for this, and he's just going through like drywall, gypsum board, like all of that, and I'm just like, yeah, and they can be wrong. It's drywall. Anybody that uses anything else tries too hard. Kangaroo like arguing with it about how to write a movie with a female lead and not have it stink of DEI. I mean, you could just follow in the eyes of, say, like the first Alien movie, where you had a badass alien or badass female lead that just was a character, had nothing to do with her being female. She just was female. Weird. It's like if you just write a character, it doesn't matter what gender or race, fucking creed, etc. they are, as long as it makes sense. It's when you try to force those things in the movies and when people get upset. Just like I don't care if there's a gay couple in the movie, but when you have to say 15 times, by the way, they're gay, that's when it's a problem. Because we aren't saying 30 or 40 times this person's, completely straight. It just is there. Who cares? It's a part of the movie. Or just isn't even there. It's never brought up. It's the fact that it's brought up that it's a bad thing. Tomb Raider, another great one. The second Terminator movie. know what? How's everybody else's week gone? Everybody had a good week? My week sucked. I got fired for some shit that was entirely made up.
Yep, you did. By the way, there is news.
There's news?
There's news. I am reading from Twitter right now, everybody. Hope you will.
Oh.
Hope you will understand.
Yeah.
This is from Kayla Farrell Onder Esquire. Esquire is lawyer.
That's what it is.
News alert, I have been retained by a dozen individuals connected to recent allegations involving Buffalo public schools. My team is investigating abuse, cover-ups, mandated reporter failures, and harmful disciplinary practices. So, she is a nationally recognized sex abuse attorney retained by survivors of Buffalo schools abuse. To which people are, of course, commenting that they need to talk to Nick and AC and Eli and Donut and HLC and Brandon. So it's like, yeah. So AC
they're gonna
says,
hand the
well,
case to you.
yeah, pretty much. Nick's going to be like, I have a binder. Here is your binder. It is a copy of
Would
my
you like
binder,
all
but
of
it
the
has your
information?
name. So AC
It's purple.
says, and I'm quoting here, well, what say we get the ball rolling? So looks like shit is about to go down, and I cannot wait for it because corrupt
And
pieces of shit need to rot in prison.
The thing is, I'm wanting this to go through, and I'm wanting everything to be done very correctly, and everything above board, and everything like as it should be, and all of them get taken directly to fucking prison.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, you know, corrective, because then it sets a precedent for the rest of the fucking country.
By the way, Nick says, if you need help, let me know. That's his response to her directly.
The end of the unsub video today was them literally telling people to directly email the FBI.
Well,
And then in both the comments and the description for the YouTube video when they put it out
yeah,
is a full fucking like already written out what
good.
the email is, and the your name here at the very end, and the emails you should send it to, and the CCs for everybody in New York that should be attached to it as well.
What's going on, Myrick?
And it's literally like just copy paste, copy this into the fucking send bar, and copy this into what the actual content section. Put your name at the end, hit send.
So in my, because I made the video and then I made an update video, and in my initial video, everybody had said, oh, we need Pam Bondi, we need the FBI. Now, at the time, I want everybody to understand how this works. At the time, calling the FBI was inappropriate because of the fact that they had not exhausted the state resources.
Every option in between.
Now, the only
now
other way
the state is actively dragging their feet about everything,
or is
and like
complicit
the
in the
DA
corruption.
And the DA's actively stated that they're going to wait until the school does a third-party investigation, which is entirely out of line for everything that's happened, and actually technically is illegal.
Well, no, the third-party investigation, but the issue is that the last time they did a third-party investigation, they
the
covered
governor
shit up.
and the governor and the DA both stated they're waiting until the information for the third-party investigation, which is something that they should not do whatsoever. In act, legitimately falls under confirming that they're working with them, essentially, or at least ignoring it, because every case in the past they've done third-party investigations, none of it has gone to the public and nothing's changed about what's happened.
It dies. It dies.
And it takes multiple years for these third-party investigations to go through, to which now it is actually a thing. And as of the recording, which I believe was the 13th or the 14th of this month, because they actually did it.
Smart.
Because there are multiple things in there that they want to go through, and like, when this is released, I don't want you to I don't want anything to have been like, oh no, it doesn't say that anymore. It's like, yeah, we have the Wayback Machine. This is the date when we did this.
Yep.
And we have printouts of what they said at that point in time.
Smart.
But as of that date, they were going through and going like 10 days previous, Kash Patel, you know, the director of the fucking FBI, came out with a huge thing going and saying that they want to protect children in schools because there's been so many accusations across the country.
Yep.
With bad shit happening in schools. So now not only is that, they're hand wrapping a fucking gift going like, here's step one. So which means they should, if the Federal Bureau of Investigations gets in this, which they should, especially with everything that's gone through so far, and if they don't want to get blamed for, you know, not doing their jobs, it's real easy to then go like, well, here's all the people that are actually complicit in this, and we can just hand wrap this together, which then once again, as I said earlier, makes a precedent for all other future legal actions for cases across the country.
Dead man, we just mentioned that. Yeah.
Like, as soon as Tac got back, you know.
Yeah, I was reading it while I was pissing. But also
he likes to pee on his phone. The whole thing.
Love it, man. Yeah, it's great. That's why they make Samsung's waterproof. Anyway,
just likes to lubricate it.
So no, but what I was saying is, so just to clear everything up, the reason that it is appropriate now, and because I don't want anybody saying, oh, but you said in the comments. Yes, I said that it was not appropriate at the time until XYZ has been met. It's weird. It's kind of like we hit the threshold that takes us to that level. So that's what's happening now.
You actually have to follow the hierarchy of how you're supposed to do things.
There
and
is
it's much
an exception
like, you know,
to how it works, though.
The exception to how it works is if it's blatantly obvious that it's always being ignored and you're being attacked.
Far easier than that. It's literally should the police commissioner request the FBI's assistance in the investigation of a crime, which, mind you, would require Rich's department to 100% be on board with that, which I believe, according to him, he had said
they
that
kind of are.
Well, he said that they're not against him. He hasn't received any necessary pushback, but also the department hasn't officially made a statement. The union, I believe, has, and so have many of his fellow officers. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, could just be going like, it's not that we aren't behind him. We don't want if for some reason this goes backwards, to destroy the entire department. Which, I mean, fair.
That's why the union can take that kind of hit, because it's kind of their job to support whistleblowers in general. Which, mind you, I hate unions, but like, if you're gonna have whistleblower protections, at least have them do that.
Yeah. Mordrick, just like the Dems saying that, oh, the founding fathers were violent too, to justify their bullshit, ignoring the facts. The founding fathers did everything they could before violence. Yeah, in fact, the first American flag literally still had the Union Jack in the corner of it, because we were telling them, yeah, we're rebelling right now, but if you try to fix things and repel these intolerable acts, we will go back to being a part of you. We just want representation to stop being oppressed.
Letter after letter and pleaded before the king in all manner. And finally, they said, you know what? They shot a bunch of fucking people, and we're gonna start a war.
It's like the big thing was the guy that, while they were protesting outside of his business, and it said that it was violent, but the only records we have of that violence was from him. So it's biased. We don't know if it was violent or not. Like, very possibly could have been. But
every lens of history is biased to some degree.
That's one of those things. It's like we didn't have anything else to compare it to, so he leaned out the window to shoot at the protesters, and the one person that was struck and killed was a 10-year-old kid, and that's kind of what started the entire like revolution versus protesting.
Yes, and as a result, mind you, fun fact, the people who also engaged in such acts, so the ones that we would say committed seditious acts, right? Did you know that our founding fathers actually argued that the redcoats be given due process. Fun little fact. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. They were given due process. Now, I want everybody else to understand something very, very important here. Due process does not mean equal due process, which means that the due process of law is literally what you are owed under the law, which is why the due process for me is different than the due process that we offer an illegal or a foreigner who's visiting or a seditious treasonous person or whatever. There's going to be
an American citizen.
Because I'm an American citizen. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Dead
don't
man.
confuse.
Thomas Jefferson was a French citizen before he became an American. Yeah.
Yeah.
So was
nobody's
everybody
perfect.
else in 1776.
Nobody's perfect.
Everybody else was either like French, Spanish, or English, or German, or some other group
Well, they were
that was over here.
European, man. Like they were of that time. They were business owners.
America, the country, did not exist until 1776, and even then, it was just on paper and wasn't accepted until like a year and a half later, really.
Yeah,
because that's when the first actual like, hey, we accept you as a country happened.
Yeah. Nah, it's you know what though, it's getting I feel like what's happened is that people no longer focus on the origin of these things, right?
Yep.
And the rationale behind the origin. They only seek to it can be applied to benefit them in the moment.
Think about it.
Benefit abusing other people's rights as well.
Well, think about it like even in a much simpler term. How many people here have heard fucking blood is thicker than water?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's not
half the quote.
That's not the fucking phrase. Blood of the covenant is thicker than waters of the womb, which means those that you create friendships and family with in your own life outside of your own family, like the ones you were born with, the waters of the womb, is thicker and tighter than the waters of the fucking womb. So your own blood family can be nothing to you. It is all the companions and those that you build around you afterwards. That is the real fucking phrase.
Cat.
Or curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Everybody forgets the second half.
Are you satisfied?
She seems rather satisfied.
Belly. History is written by the winner.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
That's like a 60% of the time it is written by the winner. I'm gonna say that other 40% of the time it is written by the person with the loudest voice or with the best connections. Because you also have to remember, like, let's go with the stuff like we all know Fat Electrician, the shit that he deals with. The amount of people that were post World War II that were just scholars, so pieces of shit that got out of the draft, or people that were like German soldiers and such that came over and tried to go like, oh no, America was doing such terrible things. Like, that also gets brought into it. And it's not the history is written by the winners. Yeah, it's written by the winners, but is often drowned out by the fucking latchers on and those that had nothing to do with it, that just want their voice heard. And I'm outside of the equality, like everybody should have their voice heard. No, I need people that are stupid and have no idea what the fuck they're talking about to shut the hell up.
And that no French should be allowed to write.
Or
Thus said the
politician.
Lord. Yeah, especially Emmanuel Macron and his man wife. Hello, boys. Hello, boys.
The revisionist traders. Yes, legitimately the revisionist traders. Yeah, Unsub Unsub did mention your billboards.
Is that what your DM was about? Thanks for the 10. That's awesome.
They mentioned, apparently it's not just him. Many people.
More than just
billboards.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I think it's like, I'm going to assume by the way they talked about it, like half of downtown is now just Richard Hyde based billboards.
No, fuck yeah. As it should be though. Like, that's the thing, is like,
As it should be.
Remember,
kids,
the more exposure people have to what is going on, the better. That is why it's like, people are like, I saw somebody in my comments somewhere had said, oh, why are so many people making videos about this. And I don't think they were necessarily saying it in the negative. And it's like, because the more people that see it, the better, period.
The better.
Done. And it's
Well,
like,
it goes
wasn't
on
just
the
me. It
same
was
argument
fucking
of like,
VTubers making videos, dude. Like,
well, Asmongold brought it up.
Asmongold brought it up. There was a female VTuber that brought it up. There was a male one that brought
One
it
of
up.
the largest streamers in the world brought it up.
Yeah, which is
And
great.
it's one of those, and all the people that just go like, why are you talking about this? This happens here too. Yet it shouldn't. That's the problem.
That's the problem. Like,
we're trying to bring this one to light, which then means the problems that are around you will also get brought to light, hopefully, and this will help lead them into justice.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
All right, let's get outside of politics and shit again. We're getting
too
upset.
We are, and the reason that we don't want to dive too much into politics is we're all hypersaturated by it. I hate it. You hate it. Dimi hates it. My cat hates it.
Yeah, it gets you depressed, even if it's like shit that you want to happen. It's still everything that happens in between.
Yeah.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and they all stink. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, except for my opinion about goth girls. That opinion is fact, and it's fantastic.
It's fact.
Yeah.
As written in the Holy Bible.
Yep. See, you know. Going back to Hot Topic, okay? So the original Hot Topic was the Blessed Place.
Hey. Like that late 90s, early 2000s Hot Topic and goth, like that post-grunge punk.
The actual, like, the girl who actually had daddy issues, that one. Not the one who's, like, dad touched her. No, the one that, like, beat her mom and stabbed, like, her in front of her. Like, that one, that's the nice one. Yeah.
Yes. Well, even the ones that didn't have, like, I knew more than a few of them that, like, actually had nothing really wrong trauma-wise. It's just they enjoyed that music and such. And
I've had a couple of them.
Like, they're weird when you find them. It's like a unicorn, but it's still like, no, that's pretty awesome.
Well,
but no, it's that weird, like, the ones that just latched onto the aesthetic because it was popular and not because they liked it. That's the annoying, like, the ones that started doing, like, the RAR XD people, like that.
So, yeah. So, inverted nipple, ashtray nipple girl. She was one of them. And, like, you know, she had a good relationship with her dad. She just happened to be like an Edgar Allan Poe fan and a masochist. So it's like some people just fucking born that way, man. Some people just born like wanting,
some people just born kinky.
Yeah, wanting some of that, maybe like a darker aesthetic in life, you know. Some of them just kind of have that as their go-to. It's just, you know, and there was
some of them read Mary Shelley way too early.
Somebody, and I'm not gonna say who, somebody put cigarettes out in this bitch's tits. I'm not gonna say who. I would never say.
Gonna leave it anonymous.
Somebody.
They may or may not be adopted
in Swedish.
Red hair.
You can't prove that. So, I'm not saying that I gave her these issues. I'm just saying that I'm who she experimented those issues with. I partook. I'm a victim. She molested me.
Or the victim.
She molested me with her no areola having inverto nipple self.
He said she ain't got no titties.
No, she had titties. She had really big titties. Just no fucking areolas. Really funny.
I quoted that, but I fucking hate Kevin Hart as a comic.
I'm not a real big fan of him. I think he's
terrible in almost every movie, and I just
note.
don't like him as a comic.
Same with The Rock, though. Like him and The Rock, it's always the same exact fucking shtick.
To be fair, The Rock's always been one note. Like, that's why he was popular in wrestling, because, you know, that's what they're looking for. I don't think he should have ever been in any movies. When it's sad that when you watch Fast and the Furious and after The Rock joined, Vin Diesel compared to him has a better acting career. You know how bad you got to be for that?
And pretty damn bad.
And I'm not saying Vin Diesel's bad. He's very specifically Vin Diesel playing.
Yeah, no, dude, you cannot convince me that Vin Diesel saying nothing while staring, right? Going like this. Okay, hold on. Goggles are on, right? Goggles. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't an Oscar-worthy performance while Judi Dench went Furion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You cannot tell me that Riddick isn't one of the greatest things ever written.
The thing is, you and I both enjoyed Riddick.
I actually did. It's such a good movie. It's so stupid. It's so poorly executed. God, is it good? I will watch it anytime. Don't care.
Like Riddick, Pitch Black, all of them. Dad's calling me again.
Pitch Black was fantastic. Pitch Black was amazing. Real goth. No, here's the thing. Emos are fun too, man. You just gotta get the right ones. What you're talking about is you don't like the wannabe glam emos. Just being honest. We're not great Lombax. We're autistic. AC is
my father demanded that he was still going to get groceries, and now I have to go help him bring groceries in. So give me 5 minutes.
Go for it, bud. Go for it. Do what you gotta do there. Do what you gotta do there, bud. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make myself big. That's right. You guys are all you're getting big tack. Big tack until Dimi gets back. All right. Yes. Have I seen today's? I have not watched today's unsub yet. I have watched clips about it. We were discussing it. I've seen X, which means I've seen what Nick has written about it, what AC's written about it, what the lawyer representing some of the victims have said about it. That's kind of where I'm going. A couple other people kind of talking about it. I have not had the opportunity to actually, take a look at it yet. Pitch Black was fantastic. The Rock on Be Cool. What was Be Cool, Busby? B movies are sometimes hilariously underrated. Oh, definitely, dude. There are a ton of B tier movies are great just because you can sit there and turn your brain off and enjoy them, right? You don't have to go in with this like it's gonna be a cinematic masterpiece. It's not like you're going in and watching Lord of the Rings, right? And even still, like Lord of the Rings, as perfect as it is, I will still sit there and I will 100% like undermine it and make a gay plot between, Sam and Frodo. It's there. We all know it is. Anyway, still love it. You have a preference for the cyber goth aesthetic. I mean, hey, that's an aesthetic, and if you got a preference for it, go for it, baby. You had a carton of smokes? I did not. Oh, you wanted those eyes from Pitch Black? Yeah, the Furion eyes were kind of neat and edgy at the time. You researched how to get eyes like that at the time? Damn. Is possible with that new spider silk that glows. I mean, it's been possible forever, man. Friend of your daughter's named her son Riddick. Real? Are you serious? Bruce Campbell is one of my favorite lower tier actors. He should be an A-list. I'm so bad with actors' names. So hold on, give me a second. Oh yeah, no. He's actually really funny. He's actually really funny. Be Cool is a movie with James Woods, Cedric the Entertainer. Vince Vaughn's bodyguard and was gay. Be Cool. Be Cool movie. Okay, give me a second. 2005. Oh my God. Yeah, I've never seen this. All right, so we've got a lot going on. We got Vince Vaughn, Cedric the Entertainer. Yep, Steven Tyler is in this. Danny DeVito, John Travolta with Uma Thurman. This is a thing. Have not seen this. The last John Travolta movie I saw was, what was it? Swordfish or something? Was that what it was called? Jess is from Melissa and named her son. Wait, so they named it Ridoc? Not Riddick? Ridoc? That is true, Echo. You do have a very high chance of tack chair being like center frame. Genuinely, like #1 tack chair. Robot Jocks is a great B movie. You know, it was a really, really good movie that nobody talks about. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's What Dreams May Come. It's my favorite Robin Williams movie other than Hook. I mean that wholeheartedly. It's
Wait,
such a
what are we
good
talking
one. What Dreams May Come, Robin Williams movie. It's about his kids commit the sewer slide. Well, no. His kids die in a car crash. His wife commits the sewer slide. He dies. He's in heaven, and she goes to hell. Fantastic movie. There we go.
Put me back on the screen.
I did.
There we go.
I did. Army of Darkness is worth the popcorn, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that particular. I've seen Army of Darkness. I was talking about the Robin Williams one, Dreams May Come.
It's so good.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I highly recommend it. It's my favorite one other than Hook. Hook is my favorite Robin Williams movie, period, bar none. You will never... Like, Mrs. Doubtfire, all those are great. Hook is the only one that actually had, like, an emotional...
Hook? And, my brain stopped working. The one where he's a teacher.
Dead Poets Society.
Dead Poet Society. That is
great.
up there in, like, my top 5.
And then he had that other one where his son hanged himself. I forget what that one was as well, but that was good as well.
Is that Good Will Hunting?
No. Good Will Hunting's the one with Matt Damon.
Yeah, but it's still a good movie because it's...
Yeah.
Most of it really is Robin Williams.
Jumanji is also another great one. What's going on, Shell? Shell, what's the movie where Robin Williams' son hangs himself because he's autoerotically asphyxiating himself, and then he has to like go teach class? What's that movie?
I'm trying to remember the... Actually, I'm gonna be honest. The Night at the Museum movies, I combined them together, but like the three of them, I would still say they are in my top 5, like combined, of Robin Williams movies, because Robin Williams himself, how he is acting, how he's portraying,
well,
like
he has so many famous lines in it too, and I also love that he inspired a Remember song with it. I'm made of I'm made of wax, Larry. What are you made of? And it's like such a fucking good line.
Well, that and like he's portraying my favorite president, and he's doing it well.
Yeah. He was just also. I feel like he was
well,
one of the.
Also, like he was one of the only one of them that he just went through and like. The character-wise, Teddy going like, no, I know I'm made of wax. I'm terrified about what happens if this tablet ever goes back to being nothing. But there's always another tomorrow.
He's just a brilliant, and it wasn't Good Will Hunting. It wasn't. Hold on. I gotta ask Rock now. God damn it.
Yeah.
Let's get Grok in on this.
And we've also got like terrible movies that he was in, but it was only good because he was there, like Bicentennial Man.
That was a great movie. What are you talking about? What is wrong with Bicentennial Man?
Just wasn't a great movie. Like I've got nothing specific I can go with. Like it just wasn't a great.
It was awkward. It looked weird. But
yeah.
As a theme, it was fantastic.
Or there was the other one where he was like basically the like a Willy Wonka of toys.
Oh, that was a weird one. That was a weird one. I do.
Yeah, it was just a very weird movie, but it was still
Grok,
good.
What was the movie with Robin Williams where his son autoerotic asphyxiated himself and he died? What movie was that?
That'd be World's Greatest Dad. It's a dark comedy where his son dies that way and he covers it up to make it look like a suicide. Pretty wild crime.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Yep. World's Greatest Dad. Actually, solid movie. Solid movie. Fucked up, solid movie. Yes. Haha. Thank you. Grok is great, dude.
Grok is great.
What are you doing with the ballistic helmet, you weird cat?
I'm gonna wear it.
She's just psychotic. I love this animal. I love her so much, dude. I maintain that like she is just like kind of like the perfect little personality because she has these like lovable, sweet, I just want to cuddle moments, right? And then every other time is just fucking psycho. Hey, what are you doing? Why don't you play with the Nigel Thornberry hat?
Got Lombax going like, honestly, we aren't even talking about how Williams broke the mold by being a great actor. Being great as an actor and a voice actor.
Yeah.
There were a lot of those at that point in time that were like fucking phenomenal at both.
Yep.
And like
Jeremy
they just
Irons.
never get brought up. Jeremy Irons.
I love
That was like
him.
one of them that I bring up. Like he was in a lot of shit. Like fucking Keith David. He was in a lot of shit, and he's in like, especially early 2000s, like almost every video game, a fuck ton of movies and kid shows and stuff like that. And everybody's just like, who is that? And it's like, I just know the voice. And he's in a bunch of live action stuff, and he's just random black dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair. Val Kilmer was another really good one.
Val Kilmer?
He did a lot of great voice acting as well.
Tom Hanks.
Tom
Freeman.
Hanks does. You know what? I just watched a Tom Hanks movie this morning. I watched it like when I woke up at 4 in the morning. I had never seen it before. Greyhound.
Never seen that one.
So it's an Apple TV one. So I watched it illegitimately, but it was about because there's no fucking way I'm giving Apple a fucking dime.
Absolutely.
But it was he's a captain, World War II, crossing the Atlantic as an escort for the convoys, for the merchant ships. And fantastic movie. Solid. I would yeah. Great movie.
Tim Allen, another person I'd say he was a pretty damn good actor.
Yeah.
Everybody typecast him into like the Santa Claus shit after that became popular, but like he was in a fuck ton of movies that were really good. Where I would say he was really good, and like the movies were say like B class, like they weren't bad, they just weren't your fucking cinema blockbuster.
No, yeah, he was. There's nothing wrong.
But he was
with
also a
him.
voice acting in a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
Like he kind of got thrown out because it's like, yeah, I've been to jail. And everyone's like, wait, what? And he got
thrown out because of that, and he also got thrown out because he came out as a conservative, which is really funny. His political belief.
Weird. The main character of Tool Time.
Yeah, Tim the Tap Man.
Don't eat the beans.
Don't
eat the beans.
You want to make some chow mein? Huh? You're so fucking cute. This is my cat. Everybody, say hello. She is.
It's made of darkness.
It's made of darkness. She is a void. She is made of chicken in some cultures.
I mean, the other day I did have buffet Chinese food, and it was wonderful until an hour later.
Why an hour later? You had the shits?
Dude, every time I have like specifically buffet Chinese food, and it doesn't matter where, like it could be a really good place, like a quote unquote nice place, even though buffets are never nice. Like my stomach just goes like, hey man, did you know you ate a shit ton of like essentially fast food? Ow. Father, why do you do this to me? Look at that belly. Ugh. Yeah. Billy Bob Thornton. He's another great actor. Heck, we don't gnaw on our kitties. I mean, depends how much they like it. It's all about consent. Hex just wandered off with the cat. He's not coming back. This is just the rest of the show. Just me sitting here hanging out while we stare at his chair as he's going to play with his kitten. He's in the other room, probably handing the cat to his wife, just going kitty, 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 kitty.
Kind of.
Is that exactly what was happening?
Bringing her downstairs because she's she gets here's the thing. I have no problem with her being up here, but at the moment she was playing with bullets on the ground. What else is down there? There is. What is?
What are you doing?
She was playing with bullets.
As a proper kitty should.
One of these little alligator clips.
Mm-hmm.
So alligator clip. Fucking bullets. Fucking psycho cat.
No, she's just trying to work her way into building an Uncle Ted's special, you know.
Ah, yes. Nice little toy for a cat.
Is it a red tip?
The fucking 7mm rim mag ripped it. Yeah, so anyway. Just saying. Shit happens, man. Fucking cat likes weird shit, man.
Simon Pegg's a great actor. He's not really voice acted a lot of stuff.
No.
He's been in a few movies, but it's been like, I wouldn't call him a voice actor. I'd say he's an actor that's voice acted a couple things.
But also, I mean, if we're talking, because I don't think we're necessarily exclusively saying, I think that he's a decent enough actor, but
He
at
is
the
a
same time,
damn good actor. I'd say he's a damn good actor, especially with the fact that like he's the ones that's in charge of like the directing and everything for his.
That's what I was gonna
fucking,
say. He's
a phenomenal director.
He's phenomenal in the things that he puts out. He's like B tier in the things that he doesn't. So like Mission Impossible, he's in. I kind of find him to be a little. It's like,
and it's one of those is like, I don't think it's his acting that's bad. I think it's
just the script.
The scripts are just shit. Which, to be fair, like I've never enjoyed a Mission Impossible movie.
I liked the first. The first one.
Even then, I didn't really like it because it'd sit there and go like, this is post knowing who the fuck Tom Cruise is and just going like,
yeah, that's fair.
Oh, it's a movie where Tom Cruise gets to pretend to be a badass and not a psychopath that's in charge of a cult.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is 100% accurate. It's literally
100%.
Yeah.
You know what? There's actually somebody that I would like to see more of in movies.
Mm-hmm.
And like he got typecast as the pretty boy in too many of them, but he was actually like decent as an actor. Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum was actually decent as an actor. He just got typecast into that dumb pretty boy.
Yeah.
role.
You know who I don't like though? The fat kid
Jonah
that
Hill?
was with him. Jonah Hill. Yeah. I don't like him.
I know exactly where you're going. Like,
just immediately.
but Jonah Hill was part of that entire like. I don't want to call it the stoner era because the stoner era to me is like Adam Sandler and like Dante and that entire group.
I wouldn't put Adam Sandler and stoner. Seth Rogen is where I say the stoner era.
No. That's the thing is Jonah Hill is part of like Seth Rogen's like the Pineapple Express modern stoner era, which is just shitty stoners. Where it's like you have the original stoner era, which is Wayne's World leading to Adam Sandler and Dante's and like Grandma's Boy and like all of that shit. Like they were great, like they were B tier movies, but they were great movies and shows and shit like that. And then it's just like, yeah, they're stoners, but like the comedy was still good, even if you didn't smoke, etc. Like they were still decent.
It's kind of like if you watch like How High with Dave Chappelle. Like that was like if you don't have like I'm not here's like for anybody who doesn't know, I've never smoked weed. I watched that movie, I laugh. I can only imagine how fucking funny it is if you're high.
Like the Cheech and Chong movies, like Up in Smoke, stuff like that, they're still fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. Seth Rogen's not funny.
Pineapple Express and everything that came off of that particular, like I don't find them funny. The only one that I find funny would be The Interview. The fucking one where they go to North Korea.
Yeah, but that wasn't him being funny. That was the script being good, and there was a lot of buzz around it. That was actually a good script. Yeah. But he himself, like, I can't stand him as a person. You know,
him, Jonah Hill, and like that entire group, like they seem like pretentious assholes. Like they don't seem like they would be fun people to hang out with.
I don't know.
I think that's the thing is like I look at them and I know even their characters. I look at them and go like, I don't want to deal with them.
I do know that Seth Rogen is a like very douchey, fucking self-absorbed fucking asshole.
Everything I've seen, like people that I know him, like
yeah.
Nobody's ever said good things about him.
Yeah, I don't know about Jonah Hill. I do know that Seth Rogen is like a pretentious fucking twat. And he looks like it. He acts like it.
Apparently is good friends with Leonardo DiCaprio, who is a giant douche. So
yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he also is. I'm
I would say your character is based off of the people that you're around, and so if you're hanging out with douchebags, there's a very good possibility.
It's true.
Like not everyone that hangs out with douchebags is a douchebag, but there's a like 80% chance.
Busby says Jonah Hill is a douche as well, from what they've heard. Okay, so they could be. I'm not necessarily defending. I'm just saying I haven't personally heard.
They also agreed with me, like it's the millennial version of stoner movies, and yeah, that's what it is. It's like they saw the old movies, like the old like Grandma's Boy and shit like that, and went, I want to make that, and they just made it worse.
Yeah,
because it's like the old movies, you went entirely going like, yeah, they entirely accepted that they were doing bad things and like they were making shitty choices in life, and a lot of times like it had a good ending, like it was I should stop doing this led me to be a terrible person.
So you want to know what?
And the new ones are just like, I don't accept that I'm a massive piece of shit and I'm gonna keep fucking over other people.
There are also times where a script can be shitty, but because of the cast and the director, the movie's phenomenal.
Becomes amazing.
And one of those movies that I have to say is Armageddon.
Yeah.
Armageddon is first off, the only Ben Affleck movie that I can stand. It's the only movie where I can't, like every other movie, I'm like, I can't watch you because Ben Affleck. But, it was so well crafted, and it had the right amount of humor and the right amount of kind of corny shit, but the right amount of kind of, oh, that's awesome. You know, that it just kind of made you like, it had that Independence Day vibe to it, you know, where it was like that presidential speech that we still like, we look and it's like, it's this fucking hype, this America, fucking world, fucking we'll fight back kind of shit. Like that was a great movie. Shitty fucking premise, horrible script.
It's like there's a few of those where it's just like the only thing that saves this is the like who you've got in it. And I'd say like the Red movies.
The Red movie.
Retired Extremely Dangerous with like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, okay. Wait.
And there was also the other movies that competed with it, The Expendables, which was like Sylvester Stallone.
So I thought Bruce Willis was in the Sylvester Stallone one, and Ryan Reynolds was in Red.
Nope. Red is the main character's Bruce Willis.
Okay, hold on. You could 100% be right on this. Oh, yep, you're right. Oh, fuck.
Bruce.
I have seen this. Yeah, John Malkovich.
It's like there's a lot of like, there's characters that do go in between both of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's like John Malkovich, and I think Morgan Freeman's in it.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich.
What are the other one is like Sylvester Stallone and a bunch of like your fucking key like action
Bruce
people.
was in both. He was in the Expendables.
Yeah,
as
he
well.
was. Yeah, in Expendables, I think he was just a side character. I don't think he was part of the main cast.
I could have sworn he was one of the dudes.
I don't remember him being one of the dudes. He may have been, but I just don't remember him being one of them. But like those are all of those movies, like the premises for them weren't great, or at least the script wise, they were not great.
Yeah.
But they were fucking like I'd put them up there with let's go with another one, John Wick. The premises for all of the John Wicks are not good. And the comics they're based off of, the premise is not good. It's the execution that is great.
Okay,
that is the script. That's the script knowing exactly what you need to happen, which is this is going to be over the top violence
murder
for a very specific reason.
Like, also, I'm going to contest the first John Wick had a great script because it was 100% accurate to what any
the
actual
other
pet
fucking
owner,
three.
The rest of them were what we would call excess, but the first one was fantastic because it's like, oh, you killed my dog. I'm going to not just remove you. I'm going to remove your
entire
line.
family line.
Yeah, like great script.
Oh, I used to work for you as your boogeyman assassin. Guess what? I still have those skills.
They didn't go anywhere. If anything, they're fueled by hate now. Like,
before it was cold, there was nothing there.
Deadman says Bruce was a side character in Expendables. Okay, possible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Expendables in a very long time.
It's like they're good movies as just you're gonna sit down with some friends and watch a dumb movie.
Yeah.
Like you jumped in one night when it was, I think, Mo, Emmy, and I watching fucking what was that? The A-Team movie.
Oh god.
That is script wise, it's not really a good movie.
Oh, I
Like,
I
to be
would
honest.
not imagine it to be a good movie.
The people that they have for it, like you have Liam Neeson in there. It just becomes a great movie because you have to go into it going like, this is going to be a comedy.
It's like watching
And
Taken
it
and
is.
trying to take it seriously.
Yeah, legitimately,
particular set of
it's you
skills.
have to go into it going like, I'm about to watch a comedy.
Mm.
A comedy pretending to be a serious movie.
Shaky's 100% right. Con Air. Con Air's a great fucking movie.
Con Air.
Just, I loved his accent the whole time because of how fucking god awful it was. God, he was like some super skilled soldier and shit, and he like, oh yeah, and then I was like, it's so fucking bad.
So bad.
I will watch it every fucking time. Oh my god, I love that movie so much. Con Air is great.
So
Also, what's his name's in it? John Malkovich is in that as well. He's a psycho. And Steve Buscemi also, who's great.
Did you ever watch the third Triple X movie?
I think. Wait. Okay. So there was the first one. Then the second one was Ice Cube, right?
Yeah. The third one is like
Is him back again, but it's all CGI
Yeah.
in like every action sequence, and it's really bad. That one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I
You
think
watch it?
I think
You watch
I
all of
watched
it? Because that is another one of those where I go like, this is a great movie by execution, not by script.
I'll say that with like the first Triple X more than the third. Because the first one, it's like
the first
the
one,
Tony
like they
Hawk
were
Pro
legitimately
Skater era of like, yeah, fuck the
they were
senator.
they legitimately were trying to make like this
Action franchise.
not exactly a comedy, but they were trying to make an action franchise. The second one, I also would say is good. I would have preferred it if they kept Toretto, but still, or Vin Diesel.
I will say this.
He's Dominic Toretto, and no matter what he does,
You
I
can
don't
say
give a
that.
shit.
I fucking despise every single Fast and Furious movie. I also and this is my hot take here, everybody. So you
I
can
don't
hate
really
me
like
if you
him
want.
anymore. I still want the Charger from
I am
it. but
fucking so thankful that Paul Walker is gone because he was a pedophile.
Proven.
Yeah, like he literally was dating like a fucking 15-year-old. Fuck him. Piece of shit. Also hate the movies.
Sander Cage, that's what it was.
Oh yeah,
3, the reason I like it is because they finally stopped trying to make an action movie and went, we're making a comedy. And you've got John Malkovich is in it as an insane man that his entire purpose is to just wreck into people.
I got
He
another
wants
one
to
for you.
have like, what was it, 1,000 or something like that, Rex?
Zoolander 2. The reason being, I have one. No. I have one reason that I hold it in such high regard. I will tell you this: do not watch the entire thing. Watch the first 15 minutes because you get to watch Justin Bieber die. just get to watch him as a model, and he gets fucking, and it's beautiful.
Oh, it's not a good movie. That one was entirely like, we want a money grab.
Paul Walker Mordrick. Paul Walker, the guy from Fast and Furious that everybody cries about, like, what a sad loss. He took his Porsche at 200 miles an hour into a tree. That guy? Yeah. No, fuck him. He's a wood chipper.
It immediately burst into flames. And, like, I think he was literally on his way to go fuck a 15-year-old.
Bro. Man Apart.
I mean, if we want to talk about
Man Apart.
If we want to talk about good Vin Diesel movies, like Witch Hunter was actually really good and nobody talks about it.
I feel like a Man
and
Apart.
It's entirely based. And it was entirely based off of like his D&D campaign when he was a kid.
Well, a Man Apart. Play about. Okay, I remember this one. I think I saw it on like TNT back in the day. Yeah, it was pretty solid.
Back when that was the channel?
Yeah, is it not anymore? I haven't had TV in forever.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But like TNT used to be a like actual decent movie channel, and then it's just, I think it turned into just like shitty dramas.
Well, okay. So there is a movie, and I think I brought this up on the other podcast that, but I'll bring it up here. One of the greatest movies was a TNT original movie. And I actually put it as one of the greatest movies, genuinely by plot, by writing. I think it was fantastically executed. I think the cast is great, and that is Purgatory. And it is a Western about purgatory, where you have like your famous like Wyatt Earp, all the the famous cowboys and stuff. But it's in the sense of they're in purgatory trying to make up for their sins in life, right? And keep out of hell because they're being given that point of judgment. And a bunch of actual fucking like villainous assholes come into the town of purgatory. Very, very cool plot movie. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. I personally stamp it with my penis.
I don't think I've ever seen this. You'll have to send me a link for this later.
I will. But it's got tax, penis of approval.
Ooh.
Watch it.
Here's one that has my penis of approval that Kangaroo just brought up. Talking about bad movies that we think are great. Dracula Untold.
Dracula Untold. Why does it sound so familiar?
It is literally the one where it's like, I think it's Orlando Bloom. I don't remember specifically, but it's like him as Vlad Tepes and telling the story of like the semi-true story of
action horror, right?
Vlad. Yeah, of Vlad, and then it goes into him becoming like selling his soul and becoming a vampire, also he can save his people. And the very end of the movie has him as
Luke
Dracula.
Evans. Luke Evans
in like
looks like Orlando Bloom.
He looks identical.
Yeah.
But it has him like in modern day like Paris or something like that. Like because he's also like one of the only vampires that can be a daywalker. Because he still kept his faith and shit like that while doing it.
I'll have to rewatch that. I do remember watching it. I just need to rewatch
there was a whole thing, like it never goes into.
They are making Young Guns 3, by the way. They are.
Okay. Paul Walker was a Clinton body count member. Technically, yes. He's just one of them that did deserve to die. He was part of an entire group that was going against what they were doing in, what was that, Haiti, the Clinton Foundation, where they were getting caught like funneling all the money away, and were
Yeah.
actually like starting like child prostitution rings and shit like that. It's just Paul Walker was also not a great person. He was just part of the group that was trying to bring him out. That I think was working with CNN, along with like Anthony Bourdain and a holy shit.
Okay, you ready for this? Just for everybody
That all
to know,
weirdly died.
I'm just covering my ass here because I just want everybody to understand 100%. Paul Walker, known for his role in Fast and Furious franchise, was in a relationship with Jasmine Pilchard Gosnell, which began when she was 15 and he was 33.
Yep.
Chippy. All you need to know.
No, like we weren't joking.
Yeah.
Not a great person.
No.
Literally somebody that is
Same with
over
the,
under half.
Singer of
Over
Charlotte.
Yep.
Yeah, he dated Hillary Duff when she was 15 and he was like 28.
All fucked up.
Yeah. Dark Shadows is great, by the way. Johnny Depp as a vampire who is cursed.
Okay, yes. I was trying to remember
his fish company or whatever. Very funny movie.
I think the only thing that turns me off from that is I'm not a huge Tim Burton fan, and if Tim Burton wasn't the director, which I think he was,
yeah,
it's like it was very Burton-esque. My big thing is Tim Burton, like he takes the all right, we're gonna have the dark and all right, the horrible things happen, all right, but I'm also trying to be edgy at the same time, and it just doesn't work in every fucking movie. It would be fine if it was some of them. But like, why when you did Willy Wonka? Was it part of Willy Wonka? That makes no fucking sense.
We don't acknowledge. I'm sorry. Like I refuse to acknowledge that one. The original. That's what we get. That is Willy Wonka.
Like Johnny Depp tried so hard to make it like a decent, like unhinged character because we all know Willy's a fucking unhinged person.
Was a very fucked up man.
But still,
nobody beats Wilder on that though.
Nobody will ever beat Wilder.
No.
The was it Charlemagne, the dude they had for the new Wonka movie, like he almost got it, but it was just the whimsy he got.
Chalamet, Timothy Chalamet,
yeah. He got the whimsy side of it. He did not get the unhinged because he has both. There is this very deep sense of childish whimsy.
Mixed with sociopathy.
Unhinged.
Mixed with mild sociopathy. It's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, the fat one is gonna die. Yeah.
We're all gonna die. Maybe.
I see. I'm a fan of Johnny Depp because, and you should know
Johnny,
this
I've never seen him like be in a movie where he wasn't good as the character he was portraying.
Secret Window. I think one of his best roles, and nobody fucking ever brings it up. Everyone brings up Pirates of the Caribbean, which is, mind you, great. But
it's
Secret
phenomenal.
Window is so good. Such a fantastic film. Highly recommend it. It's a what would you call it? Horror novella?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. It's so good. Suspense more than horror, but yeah. Really solid.
Him playing, oh shit, what's that fucking reporter's name? The name of the movie is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Oh, Fear and Loathing, that's a great movie.
It's a great movie, and he portrays the dude perfectly, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of it, because it's off a writer. And that dude is completely insane. Like Johnny went and lived with him for like a month and was like essentially staying in a cot in his basement. And he looked over at like the crate that was his basically nightstand. He was literally using the lantern because the dude didn't like fucking electricity.
Was it Raoul Duke?
No.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Raoul Duke
literally
is his character name. But yes, he was based on Hunter S. Thompson.
And it's like, dude didn't have electricity in his house because he didn't trust it because he thought the government was trying to listen to him, which they were, because he was insane and very influential. And so Johnny was literally using like a lantern, like a flame lantern, and he was like curious about what the crate was he's been using as basically a bedside table with his cot, and he like brushed the dust and shit off of it. It was literally a box full of live dynamite.
What was that?
Like he did an entire interview like based off of just talking about the movie, and it was all just insane shit that happened while he was dealing with Hunter.
The Ninth Gate.
The Ninth Gate.
That's where he is he's like a book dealer and essentially is to some degree a con man and detective. And a guy has a book that's made supposedly of the devil's like with the devil's own hand, like the devil helped write. It's made of human flesh or whatever, and he's meant to investigate which one of the 3 or 4 is the real one. Fantastic, really sick and twisted.
I don't think I've seen that one, but
that's
I'll
a
add
really
it to my
good
list.
one. Really fucking weird though. A lot of like paganistic, satanistic kind of ties to it. Really interesting, really solid.
A movie that a lot of people overlooked because it was like a really weird, like I think Pixar movie. Was it Rango?
Okay, I remember it. I never saw it.
It's weirdly not a bad
right?
movie. Yeah, he's literally chameleon, and he's like a pet chameleon that, if I remember correctly, is essentially like in Hunter S. Thompson's van that it like falls out. Like, not a joke.
I mean, I as I said, I remember distinctly like what it looked like. Could tell you nothing else about it, you know?
There is a plot that is essentially like his owner used to constantly watch Westerns, and so he loves Westerns, and so he shows up basically in a like portrayed wearing a Hawaiian shirt and pretends to be like the sheriff of this like Western town of animals.
Okay.
Where like the banker, like the money system's entirely based off of water. It turns out like the mayor and the banker have been hoarding all of the water this entire time, and there's plenty of it.
You know, it's a great movie that you just reminded me of, and I don't know why. Bug's Life.
The water thing. That is a damn good movie.
It's the water.
Well, that's I would say that's the era of animation that just like set off a lot of amazing movies.
Well, but
because there's a bunch of shit right at that time period, because you've also got Toy Story.
So
robots.
I hated though. Do you remember the other one, Ants?
Ants wasn't good.
Ants was horrible.
I remember that.
Ants was horrible. Bug's Life was great.
Bug's Life was great. I'm a pretty butterfly.
She's fucking fat, and it was just fun. Like it was also it was whimsical and funny. That's what it was. It had like this innocence that was also
it had the whimsy that you need.
Yes.
Busby, the reason they never made a sequel to the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is because the director and the entire team for it, like not the actors, but the team inside of it, treated the actors so terribly that it's the reason that fucking Sean Connery quit acting.
Yep. And he was.
'Cause it actually made a damn decent amount in box office and afterwards. They treated the actors so bad that it caused Sean Connery and I think a couple of the other supporting cast members to quit acting, and sent more than a few of them into the hospital.
So, guy from that who was in that as well, I forget his name, but he's also the one who played Lestat in Queen of the Damned.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking fantastic movie. If like, you know what I love about that movie, I respect about it. It was a movie that was created for the sole purpose of having baller music. Like that was it. It was like, hey, I like industrial metal grunge. You are going to also like industrial metal grunge. Do you want to fuck a vampire?
It's based off of fucking like Anne Rice's Interview with the Vampire series, which Queen of the Damned is, I believe, the second or third book. And I mean, despite the fact that I dislike Anne Rice as an author because she did a bunch of terrible fucking things, and actually is the reason fan fiction had a massive downturn because she was trying to pursue legal actions against all of them. We had to rewrite the copyright laws in the US because of her. Not a joke. She's a terrible person.
Same reason that I hate fucking what's fucking Master Puppets, those Metallica, those fuckers. Yeah.
Metallica. Yeah. They rewrote all the
fucking asshole. Anyway.
All the copyright laws for music and made it so nobody can use their music ever.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, like, yay, but also like they did it to such a point that nobody wants to work with them. That's why Metallica's overrated.
Metallica's awful.
But it's a damn good story
Solid.
that the movies did a terrible job of portraying.
The Aaliyah was supposed to have a metal music song in that, and then she died in the plane crash, which was just such a fucking shame.
Yep.
I would have loved to have seen what she had like put out.
Yep.
Yeah. Great. I love that movie just because of the music, though.
I mean, that I will say the Interview with the Vampire did lead to like the vampire resurgence and like the dark.
Yeah, it did. Although
Because
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but I think it's more people are looking at the stat and not fucking Tom Cruise. To be fair, Tom Cruise is a bitch.
You know who I also don't like that was also in Interview with the Vampire. She was also in Jumanji, and she was also in Spider-Man. I hate Kirsten Dunst. She looks like she smells like pee.
Cat pee.
Yep, exactly. Thank you. She looks like she smells like pee. Thank you. By the way, speaking of vampires, everybody, I highly recommend this is the ass of a killer, Bella. I thought it was funny. I laughed so hard when my wife showed it to me. She thought I wanted it, so she bought it.
That's great.
I love my wife, dude. She's funny as shit. Just fucking Edward Cullen. This is the ass of a killer, Bella.
That's another one of those, like, the books for young adult fucking novels, they were not bad.
My daughter's
the
reading
movies
them right now.
The movies were so
do you know what
which sucks because like Robert Pattinson is actually a really good actor, and like every time he tried to act, like he did an entire like behind the scenes thing for the movies. It's like an anniversary edition, and he's like, yeah, that's where they cut it because I actually tried to give Edward character.
So
like the directors were just like, no, you can't make this a good movie. They went out of their way to make it a bad movie.
So Salem reading novels, but she has watched the movies. I have seen the first one.
Yeah.
And she was explaining it to me, and she goes, are you on Team Edward or Team Jacob? And then she explains the rationale behind both of those choices. So first off, both are fucking horrible.
Both of them are terrible.
Is a horrible fucking person. So
wait,
fuck
correction.
them all.
Buy books. Edward's not even a really bad person. He realizes that he's a terrible influence for Bella and literally leaves the country.
Okay, but he still
and she tracks him down.
Still, he's a little gaslighty. But anyway, so
a little bit, but even in the books, he tries to be very open with what's going. Like after she finds out that he's a vampire, he's like, "All right, here's everything that's going on."
Feel better, Scimitar. But let me get to this point, okay?
Good night,
the
Scimitar.
The reason that I'm going to say Jacob as a whole, fuck his entire lineage, is the same reason my daughter gives. She says to me, she goes, Dad, I'm Team Edward in this regard. And I said, why is that? She says, because Jacob is a pedophile. And I said,
he's straight up is.
And I was like, explain. She says, so, and she goes into the whole Edward Bella baby thing, and then the imprinting so it'll love him. And it's like, I was like, oh, that's fucking gross. And she says, yeah, it is. I'm just like, okay.
No, like it's
you.
fucked up for no reason. Like that doesn't need to be a thing, and I don't know why. And if we're gonna take any side, I'm gonna go with fucking Jasper and Alice, because you've got lady that's very much the extreme like peppy emo. And like has literally had electroshock therapy done on her because she could see the future before she was a vampire, and like became more sane once she became a vampire because she started learning what was going on. And then her husband Jasper, who was literally a southern boy soldier in the Civil War that was then turned into a vampire to be part of the armies of the fucking Civil War, which was like a whole fight between vampires originally. Which I'm for world building for what it was, I'm actually like entertained by it. Like they were hiding within the actual Civil War to have a war of their own because it was, you know, wanting to make vampires control everybody versus, you know, hiding. That was a whole thing, and that is an interesting premise.
Busby says, I watched something on Pepperbox about these movies being about 100-year-olds fucking minors. You're not wrong.
Yeah. That's every fucking immortal movie that you're gonna get to.
That's every single.
You're always going to have that issue.
Yeah, like, cause here's the thing, like let's just say that it's like, okay,
like if they're in their like late 20s, 30s, cool, consensual. I don't care anymore.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, but you still run into the, hey, this one's 300 years old and that's a 20-year-old. It's like, you know, you're looking at it in the context and the lens of that, but at the same time. But there are ones like I think Twilight falls into that. I think that Interview with a Vampire falls into that very much. You know, where it's like, oh, she's Kirsten Dunst is you know, a child who's also you know, trying to be like 100 years old. It's like no.
Well, it's one of those. Yeah, Alice is sexy as fuck in the book, and I would say the actress they have for her in the movies is actually, she got me into goth girls when I was in middle school. Okay.
Nighthawk says that they prefer Stephanie Meyer's book The Host better than Twilight. I have not read.
The Host was actually decent. It was a one-off series, and it wasn't even a series, a one-off fucking book. She did a better job of that. I will say she did a much better job of that.
We need a Blade crossover with Supernatural, where Blade and the Winchesters team up to kill off the Twilight vampires and werewolves. I mean, yeah.
The thing is like, the movies could have been really, really cool and actually made the books better in comparison, because the stuff that Stephanie sets up, it's like there's an entire world where vampires are background in them. In that final battle, there's supposed to be like hundreds, like much like fucking Captain America Civil War. There's supposed to be hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
And in the movies, there's like 10.
Yeah.
You find out that in those books, Jacob and his group aren't werewolves. They're shapeshifters that, because of their ancestor fucking contract, literally with a spirit guardian, they always are in the form of wolves, because they don't have to follow the rules of werewolves, because werewolves actually exist, and it's the, like, literally Terrify is one of the, like, main leaders of vampires. Like, he's terrified of werewolves, and they were using the tribe, Jacob's tribe, to terrify him in the battle, because he thought they were werewolves, which made it so he couldn't use his powers, because almost every vampire has like a psychic ability.
Yeah, Salem was explaining their powers to me.
And like, legitimately, she wrote a very interesting world that was just not followed through very well. It's kind of like fucking J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter. I don't give a fuck about your books, but your world I want to know more about.
See, I liked the books, but well, you know.
It's like, I was still entertained by them. Don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoyed reading Harry Potter, but as an adult, it's like, legitimately,
a lot of it,
I could never read it again. There's so many plot holes, etc. But like, I want to know more about your world, which is like Hogwarts Legacy. I fucking love that game.
You know,
because I am exploring the world canonically.
Have you seen the TikToker?
And learning more about the histories and all that shit. No, I haven't seen TikToker.
There's a TikToker who is an American going to Hogwarts.
Oh, yes. Because I've shared I've shared them with you. Yeah, he and his brother going there.
I don't know about his brother. There's also a female one that does it, and she's like psychotic.
Oh, there's a dude. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, where she keeps like, why do you keep turning things into feet?
She's like, I don't know. It's what I'm cursed. She's funny. I actually find her funny.
Yeah, her shit's great. No, the one I'm talking about is like, it's two brothers from like Arkansas. It's like Jeb, and I don't remember the other dude's name.
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen him, but I do remember there was like a guy that he's
like
got guns.
Like them sitting. Yeah, they're like sitting on top of the tower. McGonagall was like, boys, what are you doing? Well, I'm about to introduce Snake Man down there to 50 calibers of pure American spirit.
And it's just like the most like American fucking like
And-
straight up
and
like
she's,
fuck.
she's
fuck
like
the
going on a
UK.
whole rant, and then like the brother, I just blew the head off the snake, man. How many points is that worth?
It's I love shit like that, man. Because it's
like,
parody is great.
Parody's great. He does a bunch of other stuff because he does some stuff for Red Dead 2 and Batman, and all of them are hilarious.
I like the guy who there's a comedian who pretends to be Batman when he sits there with like the Justice League, and he's like, yeah, your tits. It's just like the dumbest shit ever. He's talking about fucking Wonder Woman. He's like, oh no,
I mean,
you've got your whip around me. It's so fucking funny.
The thing is, like, canonically, Wonder Woman wants to bang the fuck out of Batman, and Batman's like, no, I'm committed to the job, which is funny. Hilarious to me because that's Justice League canon. Because in actual Batman canon, Batman's banged like 8 different women, all of them fucking dangerous and can kill him.
Well, I mean, he's a billionaire. It's like Elon Musk, man.
Oh, it's like fucking he has a kid with Ra's al Ghul's fucking daughter.
Elon
His
Musk
Damien
has
with
a kid
fucking
with a communist named Grimes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we are
What's
what
her
we are,
name?
dude.
Talia al Ghul, I think so. And like, so he's literally been trained from a young age because he didn't know he had a kid until he was like 8 or 9, something like that, and is literally just kind of dropped off, going like, "Hey, we don't want to take care of him anymore. It's on you now." And he's just like, "What the fuck?" And the kid's like, "I'm Damien. I've been trained by assassins since the day I was born."
So you know me, man. Like, I can't get into the whole comic book stuff. You know, like I'll watch some of the movies and I'll be like, "Oh, okay, I like these."
I
you
mean,
know?
a lot of this is paraphrasing because I think that's that same dude I was talking about that does the fucking American Wizards and Hogwarts and shit like that. He also does with the Batman stuff. He does shit with them, so he has like Nightwing and Red Hood and all of them in there, and it's just like, it's great. Just like,
if you come across it, send it to me.
I can send you an entire compilation of his shit here in a minute.
Oh shit.
I mean, shit, we can watch him after we're done with this if you aren't going to bed.
Well, we have been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes, Dimi.
We have?
We have. It doesn't feel like it.
Really doesn't.
Well, when we're not talking about politics constantly,
We're
feel
literally
like
just hanging out.
I feel like it just. I feel like things go quicker time-wise, but also.
Well, here, give me a second. I want to like YouTube look up this dude because I fucking love his stuff, and I want to shout him out for everyone else here to know.
Well, you do that. I'm gonna go pee, and
Again?
yeah, no, dude, I just drank 2 cases of soda.
Oh, dude. Lamp Leg. That's his name. Literally one word, Lamp Leg. His shit's fucking great. Americans at Hogwarts. He does a bunch of other stuff in there, like I was saying. But all of them are great. Like, I enjoy like, I follow him I'm subscribed to him on YouTube. Yeah, Busby. I too would have loved to have seen John Cena's Peacemaker in some of like Justice League movies or just like more shit in general. I hear the Peacemaker show was actually really good. He's another one of those that like weirdly out of the wrestler scene was a meh actor to begin with, and then he started taking more acting lessons and shit like that and actually tried to become an actor. Unlike, say, The Rock, who's just playing The Rock and has it so he's not allowed to lose in his contract and all that bullshit. I see everybody's over there talking about Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, and yes, Hellsing Ultimate Abridged is phenomenal, and I fucking love it.
Agree with
the amount of time,
Abridged.
the amount of hours that we've sat in chat just quoting Team 4-star shit. We're sitting there just quoting like Hellsing and then Dragon Ball Z abridged.
A lot of Dragon Ball Z abridged because of Vegeta. just Vegeta.
No. Vegeta, yes.
He's the best character, dude. He's the best character. He's so fucking.
He's the best. He's the best smart-ass character, and I will say he's the one that has the most character development out of anyone in the fucking show. Piccolo is a close second. Because I do like Piccolo. But he constantly gets fucked over.
Yeah, but that's kind of like his purpose.
No, that's Yamcha's purpose.
Okay, fair. Okay, yeah. No. What was it?
And Krillin.
Goblin Slayer abridged.
Yeah.
Dude, so I showed it.
Have you seen like the
I showed that
movie?
to my wife, and I told her that was just Goblin Slayer, did I? And she's like, "Why is he?"
I think
so
you did.
obsessed
This is
with
great.
Why does he just keep yelling Goblin?
It's so
I was
good.
crying laughing, dude. Oh.
So there's the Goblin Slayer Bridge they did in the movie, which is damn good. Which they lean fully into Lizard Priest just being evil.
God.
Oh no, what would it be like to be evil?
I love the Dragon Ball Abridged. I just love that fucking Vegeta's just so sassy. That's my thing. He's so sassy.
Yep.
Bitch, I'm adorable. Just fucking so good.
I'm adorable.
So good. He's so good.
Bad bitch. Dumb cumpster.
My heart is pure, unadulterated, badass. Fucking just so fucking. He's like
straight up cock diesel.
He's so stupid.
I am hilarious, and you will quote everything I say.
I am an adult.
No, you're not.
So fucking funny, man. Oh, good shit. Good
We're
shit.
friends, right, Vegeta? The best. Hate you both.
And with that, everybody, I think we're going to end the stream. Thank you. And make sure to comment with your favorite movie that everyone hates. Leave it as a comment.
What's your favorite movie? Put your favorite Dragon Ball Z abridged quote.
Yeah, that too. Doesn't have to be from Vegeta. You just get extra points from me if it is.
Is one of our tags Katy Perry?
Is it? Maybe, because didn't she go to space? Like, she claimed she went to space, and we were talking about how she didn't actually go to space. She was like up there for 11 minutes, and she's a fucking bitch. She's like,
it is in fact Katy Perry.
Fuck Katy Perry. Don't. She looks like somebody who's gonna give you hepatitis.
She doesn't smell like cat pee. She's producing the cat pee.
she is cat pee.
She's peeing on Kirsten Dunst, and I think that's a tag on Pornhub.
Katy Perry peeing on Kirsten Dunst while Kirsten Dunst rants about feminism with Emma Watson.
That is absolutely
somewhere on there. Yeah. That's how we're ending.
If not, it
show.
will
Love
be.
you all.
It will be tomorrow. Y'all have sweet dreams.